they're going for it, and here it is. Padres and the Nationals have agreed in principle on a Juan Soto trade, with Josh Bell also going to San Diego.
Well, there goes Blow. It's our whole afternoon show is over with.
Wow. Just started.
Top 5 player in the game, top 2 to 3 hitter in the entire
Historically, you never see these type of trades.
23.
So we were hoping that some dramatic Juan Soto trade would happen at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now that went on MLB Central's watch. Don't worry, Mark DeRosa rubbed our faces in that one.
This is the blockbuster of blockbusters.
And for them, the whole industry knowing they had to move him, they came away with a tremendous package.
Unprecedented talent being traded, and I believe unprecedented prospects in terms of package value.
That was 1 year ago. AJ Preller, again, it's Preller time. Let me get that. It's Preller time. AJ Preller is not going to sit on his hands and let other teams be discussed. He just won't do it. And I know he's watching right now. He told me this is the only channel he watches. So, AJ, hello. I know what you're up to. You're going to make something happen. We just don't know. Are they going? Is Bob Nightingale on something? Are they going to be buyers or sellers? What are your instincts telling you? What's AJ going to do?
My instincts is they try to stay in it and try to thread the needle here. In other words, take some calls. Listen to what is on the table, especially for Snell and Hader, because those would be the best starting pitcher and best closer on the market. So you can control the market if you're AJ Preller. The issue is you're all in on this season with a lineup loaded with all-stars. The place is packed every night. I don't think you can start moving multiple players. Both Snell and Hader and Soto has been out there. So you listen. You have to think, Greg, for this team to get to 87 wins, to be a postseason team. Last year, 86 maybe get you in. I'm saying 87. They're going to have to play 650 baseball the last 2 months. I have not seen any sign that this Padres team can be that consistent, that good for 2 months.
Other than the names in the lineup and in the rotation and in the bullpen.
It hasn't happened yet. It's possible because of the names.
We believe that they're good enough because of the stars they have to pull it off.
Yep.
But we haven't seen them have a 2-week stretch where they've been dominant.
Well, what's crazy to me is the pitching on this team has actually been the side that has carried them. That is the side that has shown up and has performed. The fact that this lineup hasn't come out and given them the type of performance at all that they expected. They have not been putting up the runs that they needed to. And defensively, outside of Tatis and Kim, they're a bad defensive team. Those two are carrying that team defensively. You can't have 2 good defensive players and a bunch that are just
Manny
mediocre.
Machado is still a good defensive player.
His numbers have not been good.
I don't care what his numbers say. Manny Machado's a great defensive third baseman, but he may have had a down year in retrospect. But I still think he's a good player. So if Blake Snell gets traded, is he the number 1 starting pitcher available? Like, do you get a haul for a Blake Snell rental?
Maybe not a haul because he is a rental. There's no controllable years the way it was for someone like Luis Castillo last year. But yes, I think in terms of a front of the rotation guy who can miss bats, yeah, Blake Snell is out there. I think it's difficult if you're Preller here, because look what happened with the Padres trading Hader last year, where you try to thread that needle where you stay in the race but make your team better for the next year. You lose your players. The signaling to the players is terrible. You're trading our best starting pitcher, one of them, and we're still in the race? You don't believe in us. It's a difficult spot for AJ Preller, really.
So what you're saying is he's going to do a little bit of both. You wouldn't be surprised if he sold and bought.
Yeah, now see, I think I would keep keep Hader, because Hader can affect more games in the last 2 months than Snell can as a starting pitcher. That would be my look at it if I'm Preller, because everybody wants relief pitching this time of year, and Josh Hader is one of the best in the business.
I just don't think you can be in the gray area.
I agree.
You're not going to have this stretch of 2 weeks where you win a bunch of, you go 12-2 or 12-3 without Blake Snell. Yep. If that's what you're dreaming on. So if you're going to hold on to Hader, shouldn't you just hold on to Snell and see what you can do? And then if you're going to trade Snell, then trade Hader. And why not trade Juan Soto?
Well, they have
With
one more year of
left,
control on Juan Soto.
But you're going to get more in return.
But you agreed. But you could also just hold. You're going to still get a haul if you hold on to him to next year, and it's not in the cards. You're not where you want to be. You're in the same position next year, and you want to unload him next year. You'll still get a haul for him. So I don't think you need to do that. And if you are, you're all in. I mean, you've got Machado locked up. You've got Bogarts locked up. This team has Darvish is around for a little. They have a lot of names that are still on here. A lot of money still on the books. You might as well hold on to Soto for another year. And if you need to make the move next year, do it next year.
Because, I mean, if they get rid of Soto, I know he's a left-handed bat that you want to put in between Tatis and Machado, but maybe you just go sign a left-handed bat who will also be your ace to replace Blake Snell, and you have Shohei Ohtani in a Padre uniform.
Well, let's talk about what's going on with this team and why they're struggling. We don't really know a definitive answer, right? Is it something in the clubhouse chemistry? Maybe then you do move a big player and see if you can shake that up. Maybe that's a message to send to the team that says, hey, you know what, you haven't been good enough. We don't feel like you deserve this opportunity to go for it. So, yeah, we're going to pull the plug on this year. You better earn it next year. Maybe that's an option. I don't know.
Darvish under contract for years to come with the Padres. Him and Shohei are friends.